Alright, good morning all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome to our first e-learning week. This is March 30th through April 5th, and we're going to get into everything. I know this week is probably going to be difficult for a couple of y'all. I know that it's probably a little bit different from what you're used to. It's different than what I'm used to. But we're all going to work through it. We're all going to work through these next couple weeks, and hopefully we will see each other in a classroom soon. Alright, so a couple quick reminders slash announcements about the week and how we're going to kind of do things. First off, please sign up for the class remind. I'm going to post the code for the remind underneath the original posting of the sheet and video. Just sign up for it and I'll be able to send you guys reminders for quizzes, for assignments, due dates, deadlines, all that sort of stuff. So if you cannot type up an assignment or prefer to work on standard line paper, please do not just send a picture of the assignment from your camera. It makes it really difficult for me to read, makes it really difficult for me to grade. Please use one of those PDF apps such as Genius Scan, ScanBot, Microsoft Office Lens, really anything that creates a PDF from a picture, because that's going to help me be able to read it, it's going to help me be able to grade it, it's going to help you get a better grade, because if I can't read what you're writing, I can't assume that it's good. Okay, number 3. If you don't have access to Microsoft Office, like Word, like Excel, I don't know what you're going to be using Excel for. We aren't going to do much with numbers, but PowerPoint, anything like that, don't worry, because Gmail users have access to Google versions of the same programs. Right now, I'm using Google Docs. I don't mind if you use that either. Whatever works best for you. Okay, so how the weeks are going to go is I have set up a weekly plan for a task for each day. But you don't have to do it that way. You can do it all at once. You can do it spread out. You can do 2 assignments on Monday, 3 on Wednesday, get it all kicked out in the beginning, however you want to do it. But I've got it set up this way in case you want to pace yourself day by day by day. Okay, first off with Monday. First thing, you're going to watch the remainder of the World Wars Episode 1, which we watched a couple weeks ago, and I told you guys we would return to after spring break just to kind of create a recap for World War I. You're going to click on this link right here, and then you're going to watch from minute 29:45 until the end. It might benefit you to watch earlier parts to remind yourself of other characters, to remind yourself of events that happened, anything like that. It's been a long time since we've met or done anything with history, World War I, World War II, whatever. So then you're going to write a brief 3 to 5 sentence summary of the video, including who you believe will be the most important figures in the upcoming decades and why. Obviously, there's going to be things like Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, all of those, but what I want you guys to do too is I want you guys to try and pick a character, or a figure really, that you may not have heard of and write about them too. So just get that done and you're done with Monday. On Tuesday, you're going to click this link right here to join our Newsela class. If you've never used Newsela before, it basically is just a library of documents, primary sources, all this sort of stuff. The articles are usually pretty short. They're about a page long. They don't take very long to read. They're very accessible. So what you're going to do is you're going to sign up for the class. You're going to read the article, which is about the Great Depression, which again, we've talked about. But this week is really for recap. Next week's when we're really going to get into new stuff. So you are going to complete the assignment, which is highlighting words you may not have known, and don't worry about taking a picture or uploading a screenshot or anything to Edsby. As soon as you guys get into Newsela, you will have all your progress sent to me automatically. Then you're going to complete the reading quiz. For extra credit on this assignment, I want you guys to look online or speak to someone regarding our current economic situation in the United States of America. Hopefully you guys know that there's a pandemic going on, but this pandemic has greatly affected the stock market, the economy of the United States. I believe it's 3.28 million people have lost their jobs already. I want you guys to talk to people or watch a video or read something, and I want you to write a brief argumentative paragraph regarding your stance on whether or not we are potentially heading towards another depression and why or why not. I want you guys to back up your argument using your research. And that research, again, can be talking to someone, it can be watching a video. Just back it up. All right, Wednesday. In that paper workbook I gave out on the Friday, which you all groaned and moaned about, which I'm glad that I turned that in now, turn to page 573 and read the section. After that, you're going to answer questions 1 and 2 on one document or a piece of paper if you're just going to scan stuff. For question 2, I'm expecting 3 to 4 paragraphs. If you were absent on the Friday before the break, please send me an EDSB message and I'll give you the questions or layout so you can complete the assignment. Anyone who is there on Friday should have the workbook. All right, next up, Thursday. Thursday is where we're going to kind of get away from the 3 assignments. For the next 2 weeks, I want you guys to work on a research project in addition to the other stuff. This is going to be the main grade for these 2 weeks that we're out. So what you're going to do is you're going to be working on this thing called the Notable Figures Project. The project I'll explain a little bit later on after we talk about Friday. All right, so Friday you're also going to work on your Notable Figures Project, or NFP. Make sure to submit to me by Sunday at 7:59 p.m. what final product you're going to be doing and at least 3 sources you're going to use for information. You can send me more than 3 sources, but to get full credit for this kind of day's assignment, you need to send me 3. And then before Sunday at 8 p.m., please complete the EDSB quiz regarding the first week of material and e-learning. This is going to be pretty basic. It's going to be a couple questions, probably like 5, about things that you've looked at throughout the week. It's going to be about maybe e-learning, a question here or 2. But this quiz is only going to open Friday at 8:40, and it's only going to be open until Sunday at 7:59. You have to do it between those 2 times. If for any reason you can't access your computer or get online during those 2 times, I can work with you. Just please get it done between then. All right. So because this pandemic, and I'm not going to be in school, well, I'm going to be teaching, but I'm not going to be in the classroom. I'm giving you guys the opportunity for office hours, basically. So I'm going to be on EDSB daily from school time. So 8:40 to 3:40, which is regular school hours. I'm going to be on EDSB. I'm going to be checking my email. I'm going to be checking my EDSB messages. I'm going to be checking it all pretty constantly. But I know sometimes having someone explain something can help out a little bit. You can ask more questions. It'll be a little bit more immediate feedback. So I'm going to try and get to every message within the next 30-45 minutes. But what I'm going to do is every day, Monday through Friday, I'm going to have 2 kind of 40-minute blocks each day, from 11 to 11:40 and 2 to 2:40, where I'm going to have a Zoom conference. I will post links or codes to those Zoom conferences so that you can just join in, ask me any questions you have. We're going to get through it. All right. If you have any more questions about anything, you can send me questions on EDSB or come to that Zoom meeting and ask questions there, and I'll do my best to answer them. Grading. Due to the unique nature of what's going on, grades and due dates have kind of changed. Usually I would expect grades usually I would grade things as they come in, hopefully get them to you quickly, but there's not going to be any more of the daily grade kind of thing. It's going to be mostly blocks and assignment based, and everything is going to be due Sunday at 7:59 p.m. So the stuff from Monday, the stuff from Friday, is all going to be due Sunday at 7:59 p.m. Now, if you want to turn in work earlier, you can totally do that. I will be graded as it comes in, and I'm going to do my best to have all grade work graded within 48 hours of being turned in. That means if you turn me everything on Tuesday, by Thursday, you should have all your grades in. All right, now come the project. Now, what you guys are going to do is I have a list of 30 potential historical figures, and you're going to choose one of those figures, and you're going to research their lives before and during World War II. And for the project, you're going to be expected to write a research essay of no less than 5 paragraphs and complete a secondary final product from these 3 choices. If you can think of another kind of product that you would like to do, email me. We'll talk about it. We can probably work something out. So number 1 is a PowerPoint presentation, where basically you're taking that essay, you're putting the information into a presentation, you're going to try and make it intriguing, interesting, interactive, engaging, all that sort of stuff. Number 2, a poster board. Obviously, I don't expect you guys to go out and get a poster board in the pandemic. Please stay home. But using something like Google Docs, using something like PowerPoint, using another kind of web-based thing, you're going to create a poster board or a poster that has all the information that's relevant to your figure in a engaging visual kind of way. Number 3, which is probably the one less people are going to choose, is a video acting as a lawyer for your client And what I mean by that will become a little bit more clear. So I'm going to allow you guys, if you want to, you don't have to work in a group of up to 3 people. Each member of the group will get an individual grade, and the group as a whole will get a grade. So if you decide to work in a group of 3 people, you guys need to tell me who is doing what so I can grade based on that. Your final grade for everyone is going to be an average of those 2 grades, the individual and the group grade. Once you and your group have chosen your figure, post a comment on the EDSB post to reserve that figure. There can be no duplicate figures in a given class. Having said that, I know some of you have friends in other classes of mine, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up to if you want to work with someone who's in another class. You guys have to come together and both email me that you're working together, and then I will take that figure that you chose off the board for everybody else. But you both will get the same grade. Same way, just different classes. All right, for the essay, I want you guys to have information related to your figure's life before World War II, including where they're from, their education, basic information regarding their lives and jobs before World War II. People's lives didn't just start at World War II, they did things before, and I want to know that information. This is the biographical part of the essay. It should be the beginning, kind of introduction, and maybe first body paragraph. Next up, who is this person during World War II? Why are they important? What did they do that makes them a historical figure? Were they good, bad? What makes them good or bad? This is the World War II part, where you're going to discuss what they did during World War II and what the results of their actions are. Were they important to World War II? Did their actions change World War II? Did it help them win? Did it help them lose? That's your argument. And then lastly, and this is kind of the conclusion area, would be should this person be taught about in school? Why or why not? Are they important enough? Do their actions merit being talked about? Are they truly historically important? Would the world be different if they had not taken part in World War II? How so? If you remember, I said that there would be a video aspect that you could do, react as a lawyer defending your client. What this would be this. You are defending whether or not your person is historically relevant. I can put up a link to a video that kind of explains this. We watched one of these kind of before. You can look up History on Trial. We watched one on Genghis Khan, something like that. Next up, the visual element. It can have a number of different aspects, but at the very least should include pictures of your individual spanning different parts of their lives, if possible. A picture that you feel represents that individual the most or does the most to show what they're about. For example, if you're using Albert Einstein, please don't use this picture because I'm giving it to you, but the picture of him writing E equals mc squared on his chalkboard. Don't use that, but something like that makes sense. Again, any questions, you can direct me either through office hours or EDSB. And then lastly, language that is basic enough for a 5th or 7th grader to understand. Imagine you're trying to teach someone younger than you about this person. Now, the essay part should not be written this way. I expect 10th grade level writing on the essay part. The visual part can be a little bit less intense. All right, and then this is the list of potential figures. You have 3 kind of sections. You have political, you have scientific, short science, or you have social and entertainment. The political are a mix of presidents, soldiers, generals, prime ministers, again, leaders, dictators, soldiers, anything you can really think of. Some of these guys are really interesting. Some of them you might not have heard of. Science, it's pretty self-explanatory. There are scientists that were especially important during World War II. And lastly, social/entertainment. These are people that are more socially important. So like Anne Frank and Anne Frank's Diary, Joe Louis, who was a boxer we talked about a little bit, Josephine Baker, Frank Capra, Rosie the River, who is not a real person. The other individual who's not a real person on here was Kilroy was here, which was more graffiti, but I'll leave that more to anyone who takes that option on. All right, and then this is the rubric. I'll let you guys kind of look at that on your own. This and every Monday update is going to be put on EDSB. So it'll be right here, it'll be pinned at the top, and then any other kind of post below that will be put below it. So you guys, every Monday and throughout the week, should look at EDSB. And just to kind of make that a further point, for attendance purposes, make sure you guys are interacting with stuff. I'm going to put a daily poll up on EDSB. More likely than not, it's just going to be asking if you're here, if you checked in. It might be something else, though, like favorite superheroes, just something that I know that you are on EdSpeed, on social studies for that day. If you have any other questions, or if I think of anything else, I'll post another video, I'll post an update. You guys can ask me questions on EdSpeed, you can ask me questions on Zoom. We'll work through this all. I'm going to work with you guys are going to work with me. Hopefully we'll see each other in a classroom real soon. But I hope you guys have a good week. If you don't hear from me, or if I don't hear from you, I will try and contact you through email or potentially calling. But have a good week. Pace yourselves on the work and enjoy your time at home as much as you can during the pandemic, I guess.